You shouldn't have looked for me, because now I see you. Here's your look at the new Jada Toys Hollywood Rides. This is the Stranger Things Billy's Chevy Camaro Z28. Billy's Chevy Camaro Z28 is the replica of the car that he drives in the Netflix popular series Stranger Things. It is die-cast metal and comes included with a collectible coin. To get things started in this review, the first thing we're going to do is measure off how long the Chevy Camaro is. And it's taking it from one end of the bumper to the other end of the bumper and stopping the tape measure right there. According to the readout, you're looking at the car lengthwise, I was going to say standing, but lengthwise being 7.1 inches in length. And switching that over to centimeters, that gives us a measurement that's exactly 18 centimeters long. One thing that's neat that comes included with the car is a coin. Not necessarily a replica, because we obviously don't see a coin with Billy's mug on the front, but it's a nice little accent piece, something that can go along with the car. This is something I hope that Jada Toys will venture off into doing with all of their future releases. It's really a nice way to kind of showcase the car. Immediately then, when you are looking at the car, if some maybe people strange to the idea of what this car is from, would then instantly be able to look at this coin and know that, well, maybe they would still not know who the character is, but they would probably have a better understanding if they've certainly seen Stranger Things. The coin itself feels like, much like the car, it's made of die-cast metal. On the front, we've got Billy sporting a rather neat pair of shades. And then on the back side, we've got Lifeguard, Hawkins, Pool, and down below, it's got Netflix. Nice little texturing that's been added also to the coin itself. And certainly when you are displaying it, you aren't just going to simply hold it. Instead, it comes with a support cradle. Just going to put that on top like that. And as I said, you can just put that alongside the car. You can either put it on this way or flip it around, and you can also put it this way as well. Kind of like actually having it displayed with a lifeguard on the back and Hawkins Pool. That's just my personal preference. But again, I really like this. I like this notion, and hope Jada Toys can do that with future die-cast releases. Now, having a look at the Chevy Camaro Z28. By the way, anybody who has caught the remainder and full season length of new Stranger Things Season 3, oh my god, what an incredible season. Stranger Things, for me at least, I find every single season was better than the season before. And even quoted to my fellow viewing partner that the Season 3 was actually one of the best things I've watched on TV in recent memory. Swear, promsies. Of course, in the show, Billy is driving around in the Chevy Camaro here. A nice representation provided to us from the folks over at Jada Toys. This one is a really nice looking spectacle. One of the ongoing things, the benefits of watching Stranger Things is not only do you have really great character development, really great story writing, but you also, as 80s kids myself, I can go into the show and look and pick out, I remember that. In fact, there was an episode, and don't worry, this is no spoiler to anybody that has not seen Stranger Things. I'm going to resist any urge to spoil it for people, and please don't do that either. But there's actually one scene where they are in a grocery store, and you're literally walking down the aisle, for me, of memories, being able to pick out all the individual cereals, like Mr. T cereal, and there was various other cereals that I grew up enjoying as a kid. So really, again, it was a fantastic, still to this day, one of the best things I've watched on TV in recent memory. Probably in the last few years, I've never enjoyed a show as much as I enjoyed Season 3 of Stranger Things. Okay, so that's besides the point. Like I said, this is a replica of the Camaro that Billy drives in Season 2, and I believe, well, Season 3, but I also believe Season 2. This is kind of his ride of choice. It's a nice representation of the blue Camaro that he drives around. Almost, unfortunately, runs down the boys in, I think, one of his earliest appearances, when the kids are walking or riding their bikes down the side, he almost runs right over them. But a really nice representation, though, of the car. And much like other Jada toy die-cast releases, it's not just for the spectacle of seeing a really nice die-cast representation of the car, but it also has things that work on it. So we'll talk about that in a second. Here's the front of the Camaro. License plate is in check. You've got California PCE 235. One disappointing aspect that I was quite, not heartbroken, but I was disappointed the fact that Jada Toys couldn't have done this with the Knight Rider kit car, where they didn't put the Knight license plate. Here, in this case, you've actually got a true representation of the license plate on front and back. The tail lights represented here in the red, the yellow, and of course the backup lights on the back there as well. All even like the markers and logos are present on the front or the back and then on the front of the car. Very, very, again, accurate to the way it looks in the show. The tires, from what I can see, are not rubber necessarily, but they do feel like a softer plastic. There's the undercarriage of the car. As you could probably guess it, a free-rolling car. There's no issues whatsoever with the car moving around. Okay, so we can talk about some of the things that work on this. Jada Toys is really good when it comes to these die-cast releases, that they give us functioning things that open and close on it. And the Camaro is no different. The Z28 does have an open and closing hood, which you can see the exquisite chrome on the engine on the interior there. And then on the back end of it, you can also lift up the trunk and view the smaller trunk space. Not something you could fit a lot of things into. Oh, right, you could probably fit a few things in there. And that just closes up. All of this feels like die-cast, except for the undercarriage, which feels obviously like plastic. One thing, again, like the kit, is you gotta be a little careful of these side windows. To the credit, I like the fact that they did put chrome on the interior, so it does actually look like a window. You can also open and close the doors. Just open up on one side, the driver's side, and on the passenger side. And a close-up look on the interior of the car. Chrome it looks to be on the steering wheel. Chrome also looks to be on the rear view mirror there. And the drive stick is also there, done in chrome. Even if you flip it around on this side, you can see that the gas pedal, the brake pedal, and all the other pedals underneath there are also done in chrome. Really, again, nice looking, beautiful looking car. I was watching this series, and as Billy was driving around in this car, I remember having a friend whose father, obviously because my friend would have been too young to drive it, had a car like this. I don't recall whether it was actually blue, though. Memory, of course, gets distorted the older you get, but I feel like the car might have been this color of blue or might have even been a black. But I remember very vividly the father would always back the car into an irrelevant story, of course, to the die-cast car itself, but I attach, of course, memories to it. I remember the father always backed the car in, so when I was walking, I'd always see the front of the car. So this, for me, really brings back memories of my childhood, and one, again, the beautiful aspects of Stranger Things. Not only, again, do you get really great storytelling, but you have all these nods, at least I have nods, to things that I grew up with. Again, a really nice looking car. I would love to see, most definitely would love to see, Jada Toys give us further cars from the Stranger Things. Season 1, Season 2, and most definitely Season 3. There's a lot of cool vehicles and cars that they drive around. In the show, I certainly hope it doesn't just stop here with Billy's Chevy Camaro Z28. Such an incredible season 3 that is, of Stranger Things. I literally, and this is true as well, I uttered the words a couple of times to my viewing partner, I really don't want this show to end. I really, literally didn't want this season to end, and for that reason, I avoided the idea of binge watching it, just because I wanted to enjoy it and savor it for as long as it would last. The show, of course, was short. I think it was only about 8 episodes, or was it 10 episodes? I feel like it was 10 episodes. I might be even wrong by that. But it was such a great season. And of course, the icing on the cake was more development for the character of Billy. If you didn't get a chance yet to watch Season 3, or even if you haven't gotten a chance to watch Stranger Things, take my opinion and do yourself a favor and give the show a watch. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And most definitely, I think of the best seasons, Season 3 for me was the best. It was the top. Best season by far of Stranger Things. I can only hope, as we have now apparently heard, Season 4 is already going to be beginning production, I believe, soon. So I can't wait for another season to start of Stranger Things. If you did manage to watch the Season 3 of Stranger Things, without, of course, providing any spoilers whatsoever for those that haven't watched it, just let me know down below what you guys thought of the Season 3 of Stranger Things. In the meantime, if you guys are interested in picking up the Chevy Camaro, the one that Billy drove around in the show, you should be able to now find the Hollywood Rides rendition of Billy's Chevy Camaro in retail stores if you guys are interested. Today we were having a look, though, at the Hollywood Rides. This was Billy's Chevy Camaro Z28. What a fantastic looking car, and one of which my friend's father used to drive around. Good old times. So simpler was it back in the day when being a kid, and all you really had to worry about was walking over to your friend's house to hang out, to play in the backyard, or just to watch movies down in the basement. So much more complicated life is now as you get older and have to have responsibilities and be an adult. Either way, though, if you guys are interested in subscribing to this channel, let's say you haven't done so already, or you're a long-time viewer and just never got around to it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and why not swing on over next door? Maybe your next door neighbor is driving around this Camaro himself. Stop on over next door and make sure you turn on that bell notification, because future videos will be coming soon to this channel. FYI, also, we're going to be having a look at some other Hollywood rides from the folks over at Jada Toys. So if this is your fancy, well, your fancy will be hopefully fulfilled with future videos. Just realize that's a whole lot of F's. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.